NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live at the White House for us. Joe, what more are we hearing from the Trump administration about these shootings, particularly in the immediate aftermath of these new shootings in Portland?
Yeah, Markie, the White House does continue to defend ICE and to defend the officer that ultimately pulled the trigger in Minneapolis. The president, again, as we mentioned, put out within the first few hours of the video becoming public that post defending the officer and also criticizing Renee Good, the woman who you see here driving in the vehicle who was ultimately shot and killed. We haven't heard much, however, from the president in the last 24 hours since his initial statement. Instead, it has really been the vice president, JD Vance, that took center stage. He went to the podium at the White House press briefing yesterday, fielding a lot of questions about the shooting. He was asked in several different ways about what the responsibility is at this point of this White House and the administration to both play a role in sort of calming down the rhetoric and trying to be the example to sort of take down the national temperature. The vice president's response was that the administration's first and utmost responsibility is to keep the public safe and to support the nation's law enforcement. And he says that includes ICE. Take a listen here as he elaborated on that point.
A group of left-wing radicals have been working tirelessly, sometimes using domestic terror techniques to try to make it impossible for the President of the United States to do what the American people elected him to do, which is enforce our immigration laws. The President stands with ICE.
So at times, as you heard there, pretty forceful response from the vice president. Meantime, in Minnesota, we did hear from Governor Tim Walz yesterday, also addressing the situation, essentially asking protesters and people who are demonstrating ICE not to take out their anger and their frustration on Minnesota's law enforcement. And the governor also made a direct appeal to President Trump, asking him to remove ICE's presence from the state of Minnesota, which is unlikely to happen, but making the plea nonetheless. This is a bit of what Governor Walz had to say.
The goal here is to make America safe, is what he said. There is no verifiable evidence that any of this is making America safer. I would ask him to de-escalate in the moment, to allow Minnesotans to back up and grieve, to allow this investigation to be played out by the rule of law. I said it again, I have not passed any judgment on this. And to please, whatever it is, leave Minnesota alone.
So again, Markie, maybe surprisingly, as we hear all of that from Minnesota, we've not heard much from this White House yet on the Portland shooting that Mills covered off the top. You mentioned, too, that President Trump did do a pretty extensive interview overnight with another network. No questions about the ICE shooting in Minnesota, and the president didn't bring it up either. So we're waiting to see today if that changes and if we get anything on social media or on camera from the commander-in-chief in regards to Minnesota or the shooting that happened in Portland. Markie.
Copy that. We know you're staying on top of it. Joe Khalil live from the White House. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.